Hello! Welcome to this week's fragrance rotation. It is just stupendous. So, this is the fragrance rotation for the week ending the 12th of December 2021. First off, you may notice a different background, and that is because I have moved around my fragrance collection, the autumn-winter collection anyway. I haven't been wearing some of the stuff that I've moved to the front, like this. Really like this stuff. If you want a sweet perfume, this is one to go for. I still need to do that sweet perfumes video, actually. Like stuff like Ferret and Jules and Giacomo de Giacomo. This is the original one, by the way, with the there's a defining feature which I can't remember at the minute. I brought Au Noir to the front so I won't have to like unbuild the fucking bureau to get to it. So yes, you will see some new in different scents this week and next week and the week after probably, because I don't like to move it around too often in case I drop and break something. I did drop and break a glass water bottle this morning, so that's a bad omen. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Anyway, we will start at the beginning. And on Monday the 6th, I decided to wear one of my favourite perfumes ever. Can you guess what it is? I don't know, can you? It's Pavarotti. Look at the dent in that. That's insane. The dent in that is madness considering how many perfumes I've got. Yeah, I love this stuff, but it was very cold on Monday, and I have come to the conclusion, after a long time of thinking this was like an all-year-round scent, that I think this could be a spring and summer scent. It's too happy, it's too bright, it's too nice, it's too fresh, it's just too good, and the other ones are much darker. All the other fragrances in here have got a little bit of darkness to them, whereas this one, even though it's like patchouli and honey, it's not dark scent. It performs hugely. It performs like a dark scent. It's got massive performance on me. 12 hours easy. And it gets a little bit sticky from the patchouli and the honey, but it's certainly not a winter scent, put it like that. Maybe you could do it in the autumn. In fact, you can do it in the autumn. But the deepest of winter, which is what it is, there's like a storm brewing outside the window at the minute. Yeah, this isn't for that. So I've actually put this in one of the drawers out of sight now. So whoops, Pavarotti's lost his head, or his hat, I suppose, because there's his hair. Anyway, that's what I wore on Monday, and I felt like a bit of a dick because it wasn't in the right place or the right time. Anyway, I just looked at it and I thought, ooh, I fancy a bit of that today. Anyway, so on Tuesday, I decided to go, having learned my lesson, but also wanting to maintain the sort of semi-sweet vibe, I decided to go for this, which is Ambre Narguilé by Hermes. I mean, it's written right there. Why did I forget that? This is an amber sweet tobacco fragrance. It's beautiful. It really is very nice. Absolutely love it. Not sure it likes being picked up by the lid. So do as I say, not as I do. Don't pick it up from the lid. You might not see this as much, although I might have to move this back to the front. It was sort of like hanging around in the middle. Like sort of you can't see, but it was like sort of back here in the middle. I had to reach for it a bit, but I've put it right to the back now because it's one of the taller bottles. So you might not see so much of this compared to some of the other fragrances I've moved forward, but it's beautiful. It's almost the same color as the liquid. You know, I don't like using the word liquid on thing. It's got that sort of, it's got like a, you know, it gets right into your ears, does the word liquid. Anyway, so the juice, the juice looks like what it is. Looks like a thick, resinous, syrupy sort of thing, and that's what it smells like. Very good for this time of year. I really like it. And it's saved from going too sweet by the tobacco. The tobacco and the amber sort of like balance each other. I want to say like like two hands clapping, like they bounce off each other and they make a noise. That's what the perfume is. They're balanced, but it's a rough sort of thing. It's Jean-Claude Eleanor to a T, really, even though it's not as light as his usual stuff. He usually just bolts two notes together. So anyway, on Wednesday, I decided to continue the ambery sort of feeling, and I went with another classic, L'air du désert Marquin. There isn't really much I can say about this that hasn't already been said. It's one of the reasons I haven't reviewed it yet. It's a brilliant perfume. It just is. There are some times when you wish you could say the complete opposite of what everybody else says, just to sit there and say, I'm different. You know what I mean? But no. In this case, it's fully warranted. This is one of the best. This is easily the best, like, I want to say, like, indie? Some rabbit ears for you there. Indie perfumes made. I think he's had a bit of training, but pardon the pun, it towers over everything else from the indie sphere. It really does, and there's no shame in that. There are other brilliant indie perfumes out there, but none of them will compare to this. Well, I can't say. It's going to take some effort to topple this. This is the gold standard for like indie niche perfume. Absolutely fantastic. To me, it makes overtures towards Chergui. Same sort of idea. Obviously, like Air of the Moroccan Desert, and then Chergui is the name of the wind that comes over the mountains into Morocco, So, beautiful amber fragrance. On Thursday, I didn't make that much of a departure from it. Now, this is going to sound strange, but these two fragrances, L'air du Désert Marocain and the next one I'm going to show you, actually have like some similarities, And this one is Fendi Womo. This is fantastic. This is what a designer perfume used to be. It's got this, it's not cumin, but it's not that far off. I think it's coriander. It's got this sort of like almost sweaty, almost sweaty. It's not sweaty, but it's got this like dank spiciness at the top, which is utterly beautiful, and it dries down fresh leather, like a fresh Italian leather. Italian leathers like this and Smolto pour on. Absolutely fantastic. Love them. And I really like this stuff. People say which one's the vintage. Now, it's to do with the producer, right? And I can't remember what the producer is, but some people say it's because you can tell by which way the band around the middle goes. So this band goes around the middle in this way, horizontally. In other bottles, the band goes down. That is not how you tell a vintage. That's how you tell splash from spray. Spray is horizontal. Splash is vertical. So just an FYI, I'll come back to do something about how you tell what the producer is. But this one was made by Fendi Profumi Frenzy. I don't know if this is the original one or not. I haven't looked into it that far, but both the formulations, I imagine, are pretty sound. I think I've got a different, but I might do a comparison. That's something I've thought about doing. If you would like the idea of that, of comparing different vintages of fragrances, let us know. Because that's something I could definitely do. Next we have a different fragrance, but also a little soft, powdery sort of vibe. There is like a soft sort of powdery vibe running through this. So this like an ambery sort of feel running through these picks. This is Lagerfeld Cologne Spray Naturel. This is the original, the vintage, the oldest one. You can still get this, pick it up for about 20 quid. Apparently the new one's not that bad. It's the Scarface one. It's actually in the film. It's the one that what's his chops? Al Pacino did the like he based the character on. That's what he used it as like a prop to get into the like an aid memoir to get into character. I think that's a really good idea, using fragrance to get into character. Like a really, really good idea. This is powdery iris, soft with a little, not a pissy sort of vibe, but like a musky, warm sort of vibe to it as well. It's very 80s. It's very late 70s, early 80s. Absolutely fantastic. Ramsey put us onto this. There's another one. You will hear that name pop up continuously. He has just got a haul and has promised to do a video. So that'll be nice. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. I will link it in the community tab when he does it. Next, another banger. There's been a couple of classics in here this week. There's another one to come as well, and we're an absolute classic today. This is Queer Darussi by Chanel. Now, you may be wondering, what's this got to do in common with all the other ones? Where's this theme? This dries down. I get florals from this because this one, I don't know if you can see that, is... No, you can't see that at all. Oh, can you? This is the Eau de Toilette version. This is fantastic. I absolutely love it. Absolutely great. It's slightly pissy. I get the ylang ylang comes out on me hugely yellow floral on me. I was talking to Audrey Jane and she's got the ADP and she was like, florals, what are you talking about? But I get huge florals from this, like a jasmine-y sort of vibe, you know? Yellow florals. And I get the smoke, obviously, and I get that sort of crazy birch, tarry, Russian leather vibe as well. Left is feeling a little bit sick when I first put it on. I was like, oh, florals do that to me. Florals always remind me of death. Funeral directors, funeral homes, chapels of remembrance, and that sort of thing. Funerals, I don't care for the florals. I think that might be why. Yeah, I really enjoyed wearing this as well. You can see I've put a dent in this. I managed to get this earlier this year, maybe late last year. And you can expect to see this again because this is one of the fragrances I've moved from the back to the front. Because this is very much a winter spring perfume for me. Yes, and so I intend to challenge myself by wearing it more often. And last but certainly not least, another absolute fragrance community legend. This one isn't as presentable as it could be because I need to get this little former sticker thing off the front. But it is Vintage M7. This is a tester I got from my friend. With the 4 ingredients on the bottom. I fucking love that. Look at that. An absolute piss take on the bottom. Ingredients: alcohol, water, fragrance. You know what I mean? I'm not even going to try and say that word for the first. Benzophenone 1 in the bottom. So I wore this today and I absolutely love it. I can now wear the vintage more liberally because this is the second bottle I've got of it. I've got the fresh and I'm not too keen on it, to be honest with you. I think the top note might have died a bit. But yeah, I really love this fragrance. It's one of my favourite fragrances. The first time I smelled the Oud Absolu in the shop, it was instant love at first smell. It was one of those fragrances. It's become much more rare. You would think you would get your hit percentage of love at first scent would love at first sniff. Sorry, personalized. Love at first smell would come better as you've gotten to understand your taste better. But actually, the longer your journey goes on, the less that happens to you. So looking back on the fragrances where it did happen to you, very fond. I absolutely love this stuff. Let's see what it's got to say for itself. Fresh, woody, sensual, bergamot, agar wood underlined, vetiver and amber. Get the amber, get myrrh from it. Big myrrh. Sorry, there you go. Absolutely love it. Fantastic fragrance. There's Queer de Rousse. There's Lagerfeld. We'll try and get them all in. Oh, you're going to take up so much room, aren't you, Fendi? You big unit. I'll put you in there. There is Amber Narguilé. And Last but not least, Pavarotti, get in there, son. There we go. This is this week's fragrance rotation. I hope you have enjoyed it. Pavarotti, Ambre Narguilé, La Dudeza Maracas, Fendi Womo, Lagerfeld Cologne, Darussi by Chanel, and today M7. Thank you for watching. I will see you again soon. Bye.